Hello, this is Onyx Tarot Guide by Aubrey, and today I'm going to be doing the Oracle deck review for the Gypsy Oracle cards. So definitely hit the like button, subscribe, I really do appreciate it. With this review, I'm going to start off with the book, and then the cards, and then the shuffling, and share with you my thoughts on this card deck. So, the Oracle card book is, it's paper here, and I haven't used this book like at all, and I'll tell you why. So it has like more so of like, okay, what are these cards, like how to use them, right? Shuffle and do numbers and do spreads, but they don't have any definitions. Okay, so this is one of the only card decks that I have that literally has no definitions. This is like the whole book and then it changes. Okay, so that can be really good to know. Now, the company who makes these cards is a big company. I think it's Scarabeo. So, or Scarabeo. So they make a lot of card decks. So I'm sure you have seen many card decks from this company, because I alone have many card decks from this company. Now, the fact that this card book has no definitions can be good, okay? Because it's going to help you kind of like practice channeling a little bit more. There's different languages on this card deck as well. So like, for instance, we have messenger. You can see that somebody is literally handing a woman an envelope. Okay, so this could be a form of communication, right? This guy would be considered like a mailman, right? This is like a old town. They have, look at their clothes. Like, you can kind of get into a really good channeling vibe with this deck, especially since there's no, hey, this is what it means when you pull the messenger, that kind of vibe. So that could be interesting. I'm going to show you some more. So we also have servant. We also have pleasure seeker. So a lot of these are kind of like, I like this deck because it gives me like this old old vibe, right? You can really pick up a lot of things with this card deck. Now, I will say that if you've seen the readings I've done with these cards, they are always insane plot twist of stories. Like this card deck, there's like widow, there's death, there's journey, like there's a lot going on, there's hope. Like, this card deck is very interesting to say the very least. Now let me show you how I shuffle. So I shuffle these cards like I shuffle all my other cards, like this. They're in great shape. I've had this card deck for literally a year and a half, okay, and these cards are really in really good shape. Like, this brand is like Scarabeo. They have a really good quality like manufacturer. Okay, so if you see that brand, just know you will be getting a really good card deck. Also, you can shuffle them like so, which I don't really shuffle them like that this much because they are kind of small. And you can also shuffle them like this, and they do not bend. Like, this is a really good quality deck of cards. Okay, so let's keep going. So we have friend, there's hope, scholar, falseness, thought, priest, waiting, frivolity, oops, milady, lover, enemy. So like, it's just a very interesting card deck, to say the very least. Now, we also have cards like misfortune. So this is why I say this is a really good deck to kind of like practice channeling, especially when you do card readings, because there's a lot going on, right? There's fire. It could mean anything. Like, it could be like a fire, a literal fire, or something burning down, or a foundation crashing down. It reminds you kind of like of the tower, especially with that guy falling out of a building, something like that. But yeah, So I really like this deck quite a bit. I enjoy it. It's great quality. I'll put out a few more. So if I had any cons, of course we'll say there isn't much diversity in this card deck, like at all. And that is a big issue that I do see with a lot of card decks. But again, there are more card decks that have the diversity that I like, to see everybody, right, represented. Also, if I could think of anything else with this card deck, like for instance, there's things like wedding, okay, sweetheart, haughtiness. I don't like that this card deck does not have a book, okay, because I think they kind of dropped the ball on this, because there's so many cards here that have to be kind of like to your own you know, your own imagination, right? We have wife here, so there's cards like this that are like, okay, it's a wife, and this wife has a baby, okay, so that kind of thing. But then there's also things like despair, okay, there's thief, there's child, there's one that I am like, for instance, there's widower, and it's like, what in the world? So can you imagine pulling widower in a spread for somebody? Like, what does that mean? Okay, and now of course I can't find it. It must be out here somewhere. I don't know, now I can't find it. But for instance, when I do find it, you may pull cards like surprise, and it's like, okay, what is a surprise? But we also see there's like, oh, see, look guys, this one's actually stuck on here for some strange reason. There's something sticky on mine. I've had this card deck literally for a very long time. We have widower here, and there's names, like there's certain things where if you pull this for someone and you're like, oh wait, widower, what does that mean? Oh, a death? Like, no, all of these cards they're always very symbolic. But again, I think they really dropped the ball when it comes to coming up with definitions, because if you pull something like this, like, then you're going to be like, wait, hold on. So somebody dying, right? And tarot, like, we can't really like predict like death, you know, like there's so much going on with how tarot and cards work, to where it's kind of hard to do. So yeah, that's my only con. But aside from that, I do enjoy this deck quite a bit. I do use it quite a bit. I haven't used it recently because, I don't know, I feel like this card deck has like kind of like a different kind of vibe, and there is no actual book for definition, so you do have to kind of just channel. And again, with this card deck, every reader that I've seen that has these cards and has done readings with them, I swear the readings are always like plot twist after plot twist. So this could be a fun deck to get, especially just to throw in your deck collection, because again, it gets you to the bottom of a lot of stories that you have no idea exist. But other than that, I really enjoy the deck. I've had it for a while. Great quality cards. I have used these cards, so this is like so much. This is one of the decks that I bought when I first started kind of like reading tarot. Okay, so I've had this deck for quite some time and it's in great shape. So definitely recommend this deck. I would definitely say if you are somebody that really likes to have a book for multiple definitions, you may not like this deck a lot. If you are working on channeling, this deck is great for channeling, like great, because you can gain and gather so much from each of the cards. But overall, I think this is a good deck. I would say this is a kind of an intermediate kind of deck. Like, it's kind of not though. It depends on what you use it for, because there's melancholy, and then there's soldier, and then there's misfortune. But there's also like, you know, a little like midsummer ceremony and joyfulness, you know. And if it comes next to something strange, like, you know, you can really get a cool story really fast with these cards. So that is my card deck review. If you have this card deck, definitely let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think about the brand, Scarabeo, the author. Hit the like button, subscribe for more reviews, and thank you so much for watching.